Here's what nobody tells you about identity theft protection services. Most of them are selling you peace of mind for problems that already happened. But after spending 6 months testing different identity theft protection services, Aura has definitely changed my perspective on this. Here's what I've found. I make money by you clicking on those links in the description below. Let's just be honest, and let's go through the data that I have found by using Aura and why I keep it to personally protect my identity. And more importantly, when you should choose something else to protect your identity. Let's start by just stating what you're buying with identity theft protection services. Every service does 3 basic things. They scan your credit to make sure that something shady isn't happening with that. And they also monitor for leaked data online. Lastly, they provide insurance if the worst was to happen. The difference lies in how they tell you every bit of information and how much they're going to charge you for that. Most people asking, is Aura worth it, fall into 3 categories. The first one being making a huge purchase, like buying a house, and you want to monitor your credit so that you know you're in good standing for that purchase. The second person got a breach notification and now you're panicking. Or your current service sucks and you're looking to go elsewhere for identity theft protection. Based on the category that you lie within, well, that's going to change your perspective on how you view everything that comes with Aura. Let's break down the Aura features, starting with credit monitoring. The great thing about Aura is no matter what plan you choose, you get all 3 credit bureaus with each plan, meaning you get monitored with Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion no matter what. And from the Aura dashboard, you can lock your Experian credit, just one click of a button, super easy. Next up is dark web monitoring. And for those who don't know, dark web are those corners of the internet where criminals go and purchase information like credit card numbers, bank accounts. The great thing about Aura is it scans the dark web, and when it finds your social security number, your phone number, or any personal identifying information, it immediately alerts you. The reality check is once your personal information is out there, it is permanently out there. So when you see the fact that your password got leaked, you can then go in, change your password to something safer so that you can reduce the chance of your identity being stolen. The other feature that I really like is their bank transaction notification. When something fishy is happening, Aura immediately alerts you so that you can take action. But here's a caveat. Your bank already does this. Your bank has a robust anti-fraud team with probably more inside information than Aura to notify you in case something shady is happening. Aura is a good backup system to have in case something fishy is happening. The final feature it has is data broker removal service. Data broker sites are those sites that contain and scrape personal identifying information and then resell it to the highest bidder. Aura monitors up to 30 of those data broker sites for your information and automatically submits takedown requests on your behalf. That is a huge time saver. I hit about 8 data broker sites before I just gave up because they are so time consuming. And the only gripe I have about Aura is, unlike other services, it doesn't really provide any insight into what information was on these sites and if it was effectively dealt with. It just kind of tells you that it was. The competition definitely fell short in this category, as most of the time with the basic plans that were comparable to Aura, they didn't automatically submit these takedown requests. They just kind of highlighted them and then you can deal with it if you want, which was pretty annoying. If you decide that Aura fits your needs, click on the description below for a link to a free 14-day trial of Aura. Full disclosure though, I do earn a commission if you decide to keep it, which helps support these reviews. Now, Aura isn't the cheapest identity theft protection service on the market, but it is the cheapest that covers all 3 credit bureaus. And why does that matter? Well, most scammers, they just pick one at random, so having all 3 monitored is great peace of mind. Other services do make you pay extra or unlock higher tiers in order for you to get full coverage of all 3 credit bureaus, so it gets pretty annoying. One thing we found out while testing Aura is the fact that Aura's speed is unmatched. As something's happening, I'm immediately notified, unlike the other services that we tested that took sometimes 6 hours up to 24 hours. It was just crazy how fast Aura was compared to the other services we were testing at the time. For example, one of our testers was trying to open up a new line of credit And as soon as the credit check went through, she got an alert. So that was a huge bonus for Aura. Can't say that about the other services as she's still waiting for the notifications. The great thing about Aura's dashboard too is the simplicity. It was easy to navigate, easy to understand where I was going or where I was at in the dashboard. The other thing is, again, because you don't have to pay for tiers, the dashboard wasn't constantly nudging you to upgrade. Let's be honest, there isn't a service out there that is just 100% functioning at full capacity and that doesn't fall short of something. So let's talk about Aura's shortfalls. The bundled security tools that Aura boasts about are mediocre at best. It is nice that they provide things like a VPN, a password manager, and antivirus, but they seem like an afterthought. Like for example, if you have Bitwarden or 1Password, the password manager that Aura provides is gonna feel mediocre. Other thing that surprised me with them being an identity theft protection company was the lack of 2FA or two-factor authentication. The most you could do is an email or a SMS text message. There was no hardware key available or two-factor authentication app that supported this. I mean, come on, you guys are an identity theft protection service. You could do better. Data broker transparency was also a huge thing. I know I mentioned it before, but I want to bring it up again. Not knowing what data these data broker sites had, or if it was actually removed with follow-up screenshots like other services, was pretty surprising. The other thing that Aura was lacking in was their price transparency. Initially, with all the discounts, the first year seems very budget-friendly, but I will say the second year stung. So you might want to budget for the second year so that you're not surprised like I was. Now, let's be real. There is a world where you might not need Aura. If you check your credit reports consistently and constantly, if you use opt-out services like Canary or Onerep, and you manage your own VPN and antivirus, and you don't mind juggling all of these pieces on a regular basis, well, you might have one solid identity theft protection plan that you've DIY'd. The only thing you'd have to be okay with not having is identity theft protection insurance. Other than that, you're good to go. The only other thing that you're going to be trading is time, and a lot of it. Juggling all these separate pieces is time consuming. For everyone else though, Aura's got your back. If you want a dashboard that contains everything in one simple, easy to use place, if you just want a simple price structure that isn't trying to upsell you or anything like that, access to all 3 credit bureaus by just signing up, Aura makes that easy and simple. Now again, Aura isn't the cheapest, but it's a great middle of the road option that covers mostly everything. What questions do you have about Aura? Drop them in the comment below. Let's start a discussion. I would love to hear your stories if you know or have experienced identity theft protection yourself. This is Ro with Cyber Sleuth. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.